Submarines are a hidden threat in the waters of the Middle East, and the US Navy is always ready to face this challenge with their powerful anti-submarine torpedoes. But what kind of weapons are these, and how are they used in battles? How does the US Navy use these advanced torpedoes to find and destroy submarines? Submarines have the ability to operate underwater, making them difficult to detect and track. This capability makes subs ideal for a wide range of missions, including intelligence gathering, surveillance, and the delivery of both conventional and nuclear weapons. And now, speaking of nuclear weapons, in light of the current tensions in the Middle East, Israel is very recently revealed a dangerous nuclear submarine called the Draken. This uniquely designed sub has an unusually large sail, and experts believe it is designed to store and launch nuclear-tipped cruise missiles. The large sail would conceal the vertically stored missiles, which would be launched straight up using rocket boosters. This design differs from traditional submarine-launched cruise missiles that are launched from torpedo tubes or vertical launch silos. Plus, it's noted that the larger size of the cruise missiles is likely intended to counter the threat posed by Iran in these times of conflict. However, Israel has yet to publicly declare itself as a nuclear power, though many believe they indeed possess nuclear weapons. The rapid deployment in technology has shifted the underwater threat from deep and fast-running nuclear subs to smaller and quieter diesel-electric subs operating in literal shallow waters. The stealth factor is further aided by the poor shallow water acoustics, which hinders efficient detection, acquisition, tracking, and attack on these vessels. For this very reason, the US Navy trains and prepares sailors to operate the most significant weapon against these stealthy vessels, anti-submarine torpedoes. Let's look at what they are. But first things first, let's get to know a little about these lethal weapons and discover their pivotal role beneath the ocean's surface. Their primary mission is to seek out and neutralize one of the most elusive and potentially devastating threats in modern naval warfare: submarines. In light of these evolving challenges, anti-submarine torpedoes have emerged as smart, indispensable weapons to neutralize the threat. The word torpedo comes from the name of a kind of electric ray that numbs you with its sting. Torpedoes are cigar-shaped, self-propelled projectiles launched above or below the water surface with an explosive warhead designed to detonate either on contact with or in proximity to the target. Today, torpedoes are far more than projectiles. They're intelligent, guided weapons. Equipped with advanced sensors, sonar systems, and sophisticated guidance technology, they can autonomously detect and track their targets, making real-time adjustments to ensure a successful strike. With advancements in technology, a modern torpedo can destroy a target at a range of 40 kilometers and at a speed of about 50 knots. Its destructive power is more than a missile, and it can easily differentiate between a target and a decoy. The training process for firing anti-submarine torpedoes. Now that we've uncovered the silent yet devastating capabilities of these underwater weapons, let's delve into the meticulous training process that transforms sailors into their custodians. Really quickly, before we continue, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the insight on a topic that not many people know about. We're about to dive deeper, and to help us continue bringing you the best videos about the US Navy, you can join our channel as a member. This will not only show your support to us, but also serve as a tribute to all the US Navy sailors and personnel. Simply click the link in the description or head to our homepage and select Join Now. Now, let's get on with the video. One thing stands clear: the skills needed to achieve military readiness to fire these torpedoes are a challenge to master and are perishable without constant practice. Therefore, training activities must be diverse and as realistic as possible to prepare the sailors to complete their mission and ensure their success and survival. In the unforgiving depths of the ocean, each decision counts, each calculation must be flawless, and each operator must be a master of the deep. And the US Navy leaves no stone unturned when it comes to preparing its soldiers for the worst of the battlegrounds. This prolonged and challenging training process comprises of basic training, covering naval protocols, safety procedures, and weapon system fundamentals, and specialized training, focusing on anti-submarine warfare tactics, techniques, and procedures. This process is usually composed of 2 steps, mastering the theoretical aspect and practical training. The journey begins with classroom-based training that covers the theoretical aspects of ASW, including acoustic analysis, tactics, and procedures. Sailors learn the principles of target identification, engagement planning, and safety protocols. Note that anti-submarine warfare is arguably one of the hardest warfare areas. To be in charge of the torpedoes, you have to know everything about them, what they're made of, where to secure them, and how to launch them. You'll receive intensive training on everything from the sonar systems and launch setups to every valve and bolt that makes a torpedo. Therefore, classroom training is equally as crucial as the practical aspects of it. Firing the torpedoes to take down the target is one thing, but the real test of the abilities of a sailor is to detect the enemy subs and not be fooled by the extraordinary defense systems of submarines that can easily give false signals to set you off the course. Therefore, anti-submarine torpedo training addresses basic skills such as detecting and classifying submarines, as well as evaluating sounds to distinguish between enemy submarines and friendly submarines, ships, and marine life. To achieve this, the Navy employs both passive and active sonar systems. Passive sonar relies on listening to underwater sounds emitted by submarines, while active sonar involves sending out sound waves and listening for their echoes. Proficiency in using sonar is a complex and perishable skill that necessitates ongoing training and practice. Sailors are also taught how to plan and execute engagements with hostile submarines after the target has been identified. This includes determining firing solutions and making real-time decisions during combat situations. Engagement planning includes taking into account factors such as the target's speed, depth, and evasive maneuvers. The U.S. Navy trains its sailors to perform all of these procedures with needle-point perfection, leaving zero margin for error. To execute this goal, the U.S. Navy employs various anti-submarine warfare or ASW training systems to prepare its personnel for underwater warfare scenarios. These systems are designed to enhance the skills and proficiency of naval crews in detecting, tracking, and neutralizing submarines. AUV-62-AT is one of the state-of-the-art anti-submarine warfare training systems that provides real-time warfare exposure to the ASW units of naval forces. The AUV-62-AT is an unmanned, vehicle-based artificial acoustic system that mimics a submarine. The training system helps ASW units to conduct cost-efficient training activities while avoiding the use of actual submarines. Moreover, there are tactical training simulators which consist of a computer-based training simulator developed for submarine commanders and combat crews with the aim of training tactical and operational methods. The system allows for the creation of different training scenarios for different tactical behaviors such as scanning, engagement, attack, and evasion. The U.S. Navy also uses EMAT, E-M-A-T-T, for training sailors to practice target identification. The Expendable Mobile Anti-Submarine Warfare Training Target, EMAT, is designed to replicate the acoustic and movement signatures of a submarine, making it a realistic training target. It emits acoustic signals and maneuvers in ways that simulate submarine behavior. ASW crews use their sonar and other detection equipment to locate and track the EMAT. This phase of the exercise is crucial for practicing the detection and tracking of submarines. EMATs can be recovered after the training exercise, refurbished, and reused for multiple training sessions. During this whole process of launching the torpedoes, one thing stands out. That is effective communication and teamwork. Coordination between crew members ensures a seamless operation, from target identification to torpedo launch. Training involves realistic simulations where sailors learn to communicate efficiently and collaborate, emphasizing the significance of working as a cohesive unit to accomplish their mission with precision and safety. The whole crew is trained to use the radio system and maintain contact with their fellow team members to ensure a smooth and safe launch. During the training process, adhering to the chain of command, following orders, and upholding naval traditions and customs are also crucial. These are the basic principles that are part of the soul of each sailor. After a sailor's training is completed, they undergo evaluation and certification processes to ensure their proficiency. These certifications serve as official recognition of their ability to handle this critical responsibility. Once certified, they may be assigned to active duty aboard naval vessels, where they continue to train, participate in exercises, and maintain their readiness for real-world anti-submarine warfare scenarios. Now, allow me to ask you a question. When it comes to training sailors for anti-submarine torpedo operations, what do you believe is the most crucial aspect they need to master? Share your insights in the comments, and we're eager to hear your perspective. Naval platforms and torpedo systems. Moving on, it's to be noted that anti-submarine torpedo systems are not standalone weapons, but integral components of complex weapons systems of warships, aircraft carriers, and a variety of aircraft and jets. A modern torpedo can be divided into two classes, namely lightweight and heavyweight. The lightweight torpedoes are intended for use against submarines and are carried by surface ships, anti-submarine aircraft, and some, but not all, submarines. They can be wire-guided when fired from a submarine or surface-to-ship to better enable them to find their target in shallow water or places where the bottom creates numerous false sonar echoes. They have a diameter of 400 millimeters or less, and they can be either electric or powered by an engine that burns fuel and oxidizer combined. These are short-range weapons that carry a small warhead, but they often have a shaped charge warhead that will blow a big hole through even a double titanium hull. Their guidance systems will go for the spot most likely to inflict fatal damage to the target. Such high explosives going off against a sub's pressure hull 1,000 feet down will sink most submarines, though it can take some time for the boat to descend to crush depth. One of the lightweight torpedoes that is claimed to be the most tested torpedo in the world is the US Mk-54 torpedo, or Raytheon, which deserves a mention. With a diameter of a mere 12 inches, it is capable of being launched from surface ships, aircraft, and submarines, and can crack a vessel as if it were an eggshell. On the other hand, heavyweight torpedoes are only carried by submarines and usually have a diameter of 500 millimeters or 650 millimeters. They are used against both surface ships and submarines and can carry a huge high-explosive warhead sufficient enough to sink just about any surface ship, short of a modern aircraft carrier, with a single hit. A single heavyweight torpedo will sink all but a few submarines. Unlike lightweight torpedoes, these weapons can destroy targets up to 60 miles away and can easily exceed speeds of 60 knots. They're usually initially wire-guided and are electrically powered or driven by either a turbine or a diesel engine. The Mk-48 is the most significant heavyweight torpedo of the US Navy that is designed to be combat-fast, deep-diving nuclear submarines, and high-performing surface ships. It is standard armament for the Navy's fleet of fast-attack submarines and Ohio-class ballistic and cruise missile submarines. The torpedo can travel as fast as 28 knots and has a 650-pound high-explosive warhead. For these very potent reasons, torpedoes continue to form about 80% of the weaponry of a submarine. Now, you must be wondering how these deadly weapons are fired to destroy enemy targets. Well, to put it in simple words, a torpedo tube is a cylindrical device that is used for launching these torpedoes. These tubes don't work alone. They're connected to a sophisticated and complex launch system. There are two main types of torpedo tubes: underwater tubes fitted to submarines and some surface ships, and deck-mounted units, also referred to as torpedo launchers, installed aboard surface vessels. Deck-mounted torpedo launchers are usually designed for a specific type of torpedo, while submarine torpedo tubes are general-purpose launchers. A submarine torpedo tube is a more complex mechanism than a torpedo tube on a surface ship, because the tube must accomplish the function of moving the torpedo from the normal atmospheric pressure within the submarine to the sea at the ambient pressure of the water around the submarine. In the intricate world of anti-submarine warfare, The training of sailors to fire torpedoes is a journey laden with responsibility. But one thing becomes abundantly clear. The sailors who take on this critical responsibility are not merely operators of weapons, they are the guardians of the seas. The training of sailors for anti-submarine torpedo operations is a testament to precision, dedication, and teamwork. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like, and if you loved it, then please subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you'll be showing us your support, which we truly appreciate and cherish. Keep an eye out as we continue to bring more entertaining and educational content on the US Navy and other maritime topics. So hit that bell icon so you'll receive a notification every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.